Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Hey, so we're streaming again. Normally, just to be done with the day, but there's some super crazy stuff going on right now. And I think we want to take advantage. So, yeah. Gotta be careful, though. Can't let that happen. Man, so if you see this, this is moving on nothing. Look at this. We usually have like 3,000 up on the bid and offer, and there's like 500. What the heck? And that's hilarious that I thought I saw it breaking down and I took it and they immediately went and stopped me out. Oh man. That's what's happening, guys. I mean, I on one hand, I'm embarrassed that that just happened, but on the other hand, I think that it'll be good. It's a good thing to have seen. Okay, so here it's going again. And look at the E-mini. On my E-mini chart, I'm not even seeing, it's not even giving me data. Did they halt them? Did we get halted in the E-mini? Would be like a 7% move, it should. I wouldn't see it on this tick chart though, would I? Oh, right, it closed, of course. See, I'm not even normally used to trading this time of day, but I don't know, the treasuries are still moving. Okay, well, I don't want to stick around for too long, but I just wanted to have a recording here of what the book looked like after. I guess I didn't even realize that we were just closing, but it definitely looks like me to be some sort of a flash crash. This whole thing is just completely insane and unjustified. They're now it's starting to come back off. The treasuries moved up almost like more than 2 points. More than 2 points. Can you believe that? There we go. Look, it's only like 130 at some of these prices. Okay, so now the E-mini is going again. It's going down. What the fuck? Man. What about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's been taking a plunge. I don't see anything too significant in the Bitcoin futures still. Compare Bitcoin to the S&P 500. Well, I definitely think that Bitcoin is going down because of the panic selling in equities, yes. Cool. Okay, now we're starting to see some bigger numbers trading in the E-mini. Okay. We get filled? Yes. European bonds are going crazy up too. How come they are related? Well, I just think that asset managers are just taking everything off of the table. Do you think it would be a good time to buy Bitcoin before the trend reverses, or wait for confirmation after? I can't answer that. I'm planning on buying Wednesday when my deposits confirm. And when I look at Bitcoin, it looks oversold on almost every metric or way you can possibly look at it. And that's a recipe for it's either going to reverse and we're all going to be like, well, duh, or it's just going to keep going. Because it's when it's like the most duh call in the world that it tends to just keep going down, right? Suddenly everybody loves dollars, right? Exactly. Okay, the E-mini is making a recovery here. Look at that. Good move up. Very good. I don't trade the E-mini. I don't even have this enabled for orders, but that would have been a good buy right there. Hopefully we get a similar move down in treasuries here. Yeah. Crazy action, guys. Look at all this down here at 25. Okay. I'm going to step away for a second and just let it go and let you guys watch, okay? Yeah, I'm still kind of here. I was looking at something else, so I noticed that that last one I put on did stop, so I had a few winners and a loser, and pretty much right where we were earlier today. So, the liquidity has solidified quite a bit here, so now we're getting 500s posted at least. E-mini is just kind of all over the place. Yeah. I mean, I still want to short it. I think that this is a flash crash, and it has to pull back. So I don't see anything interesting in the Bitcoin futures at the moment. Just overall. Well, so the interesting thing was that my indicator, that the data that my indicator is based on, they didn't print today. Blockchain.info didn't update their sources today. What's with that? Right? Okay, cool. If we go to Crypto Watch here, and we pull up Bitfinex. Come on. Seems like now they're starting to put stuff on both sides. You see this bounce here? Where's the volume in the bounce? Where's like the crescendo selling event sort of a thing? It went right through 7,000 and nobody tried to stop it. Yeah. The risk reward ratio is pretty good now with stocks and bonds portfolio. Dow has lost 10% in a week, all because of fear of rising rates. Markets showing rates won't rise with falls like this. If a Dow falls another 10%, there won't be any more rate rises. So, yep, I think so too. That's why I'm shorting it. Anyways, that doesn't look like a bottom to me. Just that I want to see something though. I want, what we could see, and what would be really good is if we start to see accelerating volume. Like this starts coming up and then all of a sudden we start getting these big prints like this. And as they go up, they get bigger and bigger. Accelerating volume, that's what we want to see in Bitcoin. That would be where I would be like, okay, maybe this is over. Until then, it's just kind of, and if we don't see that, it's just kind of a crapshoot. Not enough volume for a turnaround unless the volume starts going in. Well, yeah. I'm not saying it's not enough volume for a turnaround. It's just, it's very different from the past ones, right? Because at the past ones, you get to an even number and somebody holds it. And there's volume when it goes through there. They just beat it out and push lower. So I'm going to call this capitulation, right? The longs have given up in Bitcoin. Absolutely. They don't even care. Nobody's trying to hold it anymore. They've left it for dead. The people that are holding have kind of consigned themselves that they didn't get it. And yeah. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what was with that. E-mini took another volatile move down. Now back up. Jeez. Okay. It's two good moves up now in the E-mini. Oh, thank you, Mr. Anderson. You're very, very kind. You're actually the first, one of the first people to do that, so thanks. But I hope that streaming this, even though this hasn't been like an awesome day for me and I'm not showing amazing trading, but I hope that being able to see the DOM during a moment like this is useful to somebody later on. Okay, so did we just, yeah, we just closed. Yep. Do you think technical analysis is a good foundation for trading, or do you think it's just woo compared to bots? Well, so I think that if you're going to trade, that you do want to understand technical analysis. You just need to understand that technical analysis is not necessarily predictive, right? Technical analysis does a really good job at telling you where we are now. That makes sense. So did we close? So I've never done that before, where with my my demo account, I leave it open into the close. So I don't know if it's still going to have my if I'm still going to be short when it opens back up in an hour and or what. So I never trade this time of day ever. I just came on and it was there and I saw some opportunities, so I started clicking. It's a demo account, so I figured it was worth it. Anyways, so it does a good job at telling you where we're at, and that's going to be necessary for you to be able to make trades. Absolutely. But it's not predictive, so you can't say, oh, this moving average, that's going to touch it and I need to reverse it there. When it gets to a trade like that in technical analysis, usually you're talking at best a 50-50. You know, but when you add order flow to it, then you can sit down and you can say, okay, here's this moving average that we've reacted to many times in the past. And now we get down to that place and I can see that there is a big iceberg order there. And it doesn't look like anybody is that interested in trying to push through that iceberg. So I think it's going to reverse here. And then you can take that trade, right? When you add order flow into it, it makes everything better because you can kind of sit down and you can say, okay, here are the scenarios that I know could happen based on technical and the volume profile, market profile type of analysis. And then just, you know, see which one is happening and run with it. Okay, well, if that is it, I guess we'll see what happens in an hour when it opens back up. But very good. You guys got any other questions before I shut it down? You're welcome. And of course, we'll stream again tomorrow morning. Should be an interesting day, although I think that this whole thing is going to unwind. You heard it here first, folks. This is a flash crash, and tomorrow they're going to completely unwind the whole thing. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but this gap is going to close. That's what I think is going to happen. And I say that because you look at the volume. It wasn't that much. It was a flash crash. Yep, okay. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.